Pat Moss. Good morning. We missed you yesterday. Good morning, Blue Jean. Hello, everybody. Happy Monday. I think it's Monday. Is it Monday? I think so. I don't know. I get confused sometimes what day it is because, it's just that way with life. Good morning, Catherine DeSanti. Good morning, Annie Seven. Hello, everybody. All right, let's get going into our heart after we say hello and cheers. Bring your cup in so you can fill it up. Good morning, Deirdre. Thank you for all who shared. Deirdre and Annie, thank you. All right, call somebody in here. Whoever's not here and you want them to be here, just say their name and bring them in. So let's do some heart brain coherence. Hand on your heart and slow down the breathing. Breathe in slowly and breathe out slowly. Just relax your body, relax your mind. And then that next step, add in the love. Add in whatever makes you feel super good inside and brings a smile to your face. Just let it flow from your heart to your mind to the divine. And thank you to our Blue Jean for that. So we can have that visual of the love coming there, that step up. Oh, thank you for calling in our Brookie. Good morning, Andrea Gregg. Good morning, Julie Kiss. How are you doing? And Deirdre's calling in the P's. Let's get them in here. Charlie Coons, our Queen Josephine. Hope, there you are. Yay, we had a couple people calling you in, Hope. So I hope you felt that. And we missed you yesterday, dear one. I hope things are good. Montana, hello. Thank you for being there with our Hope. Hope, we love you. We pray for you every day, for you to get better and better and better every day and stronger. And we can't wait to hear that you're jumping up and down. That's our goal for you, to be joyfully springing right along with life. And Brookie is here, and Joanne. Good morning, Joanne. Thank you for having coffee ready for me this morning. It's a coffee kind of day. It's Monday. And Brookie, you showed up. Good morning, Kathy Hand. Good morning to you. So how is everybody? Do your check-in. You're starting a new week here if you're at work. A work week, Mondays. Sometimes they can be a little daunting after the weekend. And I'm so glad that you're here with us to start your day. Okay, I honestly do not remember the angel message from last night. It was a weird night, really strange night. But anyway, oh, here it is. No shortcuts. Oh, yeah, now I remember. Ralph Waldo Emerson says, do not go where the path may lead. Go instead where there is no path and leave a trail. I decided to try my hand at trivia tonight. It didn't turn out well. It never has for me. I even tried cheating by asking Google for the answer, and I still got it wrong. Sometimes when we take a shortcut, we find ourselves more confused than if we did it the way we were supposed to. One memory I have is from the 7th grade French class, where we passed answers to each other while the teacher wasn't looking, or so we thought. I usually knew the answers because I loved the language so much, and I studied extra so I could learn it. Jack sat 2 rows over and would signal when he was stuck. So, of course, I would help out because, well, he was cute, and it was fun to try to get away with something, or so we thought. Dear angels, whenever we, quote, cheat on things in life, the person who really suffers is our own self. How sad that we think we are getting away with something when in reality, we are only cheating ourselves out of some of our lessons. In the end, we have to repeat them to understand fully. Dear ones, integrity is all about accepting yourself as you are, giving your best shot, and learning from your mistakes. It means recognizing your weaknesses and utilizing your inner strengths to become an inspiration for others. If you are living up to your highest potential, you can expect to receive more light, more joy, more contentment. You innately know when you are doing something that is not in alignment with your higher self and your soul values. You don't need a teacher to call you out on cheating. It affects you whether you are caught or not. This is the law of integrity. Stay true to you. You will be glad you did. So today, angels, I promise to be true to who I am and not pass any more notes in class. Sorry, Jack. So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. And yes, that class, that one that I have this huge memory of, was so much fun. It was one of the most fun classes I had in school. And the other kids made it that way. We had fun with it. I think because we were hillbillies, I'll just call it like it is. We grew up in the hills in southeastern Kentucky. So just imagine this room full of kids, teenagers, trying to learn this foreign language, and you can imagine what it sounded like. So yes, we had fun. Yes, we laughed, and we laughed when the teacher would speak French to us because it was just funny. And the message, though, about cheating or taking those shortcuts, it really doesn't help us, does it? When somebody helps us cheat on a test, or we're cheating on something like Trivial Pursuit, I have this stupid trivia game that I've gotten hooked on my phone, and I'm like, I don't know the answer, but let me see if Google knows the answer. And I still would not get it right because I was racing against a clock and I didn't have time to read all of what Google had to say. Anyway, you had to be there. It was really funny to watch Teri try to cheat on trivia and still get the answer wrong. So good morning. Good morning, Charlie Coons. Good morning, Jennifer Langren. Yeah, it's a laugh at Teri kind of day, and that's okay. I can take it because I've got coffee. I am super coffee woman this morning. So I'm going to see what Kuan Yin has to say about all this nonsense. And Kuan Yin says, love makes all things possible. Good morning, Sally and Tony. You might have missed the message, Sally, but anyway, I was telling on myself and laughing at myself at the same time. So love makes all things possible. Take your time, commit to your inner journey, and don't give up. The Divine Mother is always there. Success will be yours. I so love this card, and I so believe Kuan Yin when she says that really love is the only thing there is. You know, try as we might to take the shortcuts, to do the go-arounds and try to figure it out on our own and say, no, I know this will work. It all comes down to love. How much do we love ourselves? Do we love ourselves enough to stay in integrity? Because that's really what their message was all about, is how to stay in our own divine authenticity, how to stay true to ourselves. And it's interesting because when the angels gave me that message, and they said something about the law of integrity. I had no idea that there was a law of integrity. So I Googled that. Okay, you guys, Google is my friend. we get along well, usually. So I found this about the law of integrity. Integrity means living and acting in alignment with spiritual law and with our highest vision, despite impulses to the contrary. Therein lies the cheating part, right? It is aligning with the God-ordained laws of love. If envy, greed, and manipulation influence our actions, the consequences are inevitable. When breaking spiritual law, the act itself is the punishment, as subtle forces are set in motion where consequences we cannot escape. Integrity means to be true to oneself, knowing and being ourselves so that our actions are authentic and consistent with our highest intentions. Motives and intents make a vast difference in givers and recipients because what is dealt with is the currency of the self. Integrity is about accepting ourselves as we are, doing our best. It means acknowledging our weaknesses and drawing on our inner strengths so we become a light to others. It's living according to our highest light and expecting that more light will be given. So after they gave me the message about that, and I went and looked it up, there was a lot of what they had said in there. And I'm like, oh my goodness, I was meant to see this, that there's a universal law of integrity. Who knew? So anyway, Sally says, my good morning was exactly that, being your truest, weird self, our most authentic self. Yeah, that's what it's all about. Staying true to you, not doing what other people expect from you or want you to do. Like Jack wanted me to throw him the answers to the questions a couple of rows over in class. And I did it. I did it. I didn't even have a second thought about, oh, I shouldn't be doing that. Except we knew that if we passed notes, we might get in trouble with the teacher, right? Uh-oh, do we have a troll this morning, Deirdre? Clinton, somebody? I must have missed if they came in. I'm not even seeing that. Okay, I'm looking at all the comments. But thank you, Deirdre, for catching that. I don't know why it's not showing up on mine. But anyway, there is a little troll in here. Yes, this is our morning meeting, and we don't do any private messages or nothing out of integrity for our family. So if you want to stick around for some loving from each other, we do that. That's what we're all about, is all the love we show in here together. So bring a cup and fill it up. That's what we do in here. We fill it up with love. I don't know how I'm not seeing it. Deirdre, where are you? Are you in Angel Speakers? Let me try to go in and see if I can block whoever that is that's doing that. There you are. I don't know why you didn't show up on my restream. But we're going to take you bye-bye. Okay. He is gone. Okay. Thank you, Deirdre, for letting me know. I don't know why it didn't show up on mine. Okay, so Sally says, I've been in class all week and every morning it's a new lesson. Today was self-acceptance. Yeah, that's a biggie. Accepting ourselves and staying true to who we are. Absolutely. All right, let's do a couple of tiny book messages. I was working on the Midnight book last night, and I don't know why it's being so difficult, but I have this goal now to get her done, as Larry, the cable guy, would say. Bless his heart and spirit. But yeah, it's time for it to go to the publisher, so I need to crack down on it. And I've already got a beautiful message from Mama Hada Bear that is included in the book, and got some resources. So it's time for it to come out, for you all to play with it and then extract all the tiny book messages. So page 4, Sally says. Let's go to the front of the book. There's 2 in a row here I'm going to read, Sally. Thank you for picking this page. You are the one, let's clear that. You are the one and the only one who can decide how you will choose to live your days, in conflict or in peace. That's right, only you. Nobody's going to force you to live in peace, or they might try to force you to live in conflict, but you don't have to let it. You are the only one who can choose. And then the second message, stay in your heart, as that is your home. Home is not a destination, it's a journey. Isn't that the truth? You know, so many times we say, I want to go home. I just want to go home. I'm done with all this 3D stuff. I'm done with all the conflict and the contrast. But home is not something that we reach, not like we think we're driving to a physical place. It's that journey that we take along the way, how we stay in integrity, how we decide to listen to spirit to guide us along that path. That's what home is all about. And once we find our path and we are working our way toward whatever it is that is going to get there, that's going to be there when we arrive, then we're in divine timing. We're in the divine plan. So, yeah. So enjoy the destination. Enjoy the ride along the way. Yeah, Kathy, I can't remember if it was this last year, 23, or in 22 that he passed. And I was sad about that because I love Larry the Cable Guy. I know he was a little crass, but he was just darn funny, you know, and his get her done was known all over the world. Everybody knew that statement. Page 18 for Kathy Hand. Okay. Oh, Kathy, I do believe this is for you. We do not delight in seeing you struggle, and certainly God does not. Search your heart, dear ones. See if you are finally able to put a distance between you and the hold that your past has on you. Grab your freedom. That is definitely speaking to you, Kathy Hand. Do you feel that? This was a message that was for all of us. But I know that sometimes when there is so much turmoil and so much struggle, we need to hear that. We need to hear that God doesn't want us struggling. The angels tell me all the time, you humans complicate everything. And if you would just be guided and listen, we can show you that easy breezy way And like our Karen says, easy, if it's not easy peasy lemon squeezy, I don't want it. And I love when she says that. And I think about people who struggle a lot and have a lot of the contrast going on. It's like, okay, do the pause. What am I thinking here? And what is going on? And why is this such a struggle? And why are there so many seeming things that happen over and over again, or one right after the other, and they compound that feeling of what is going on? What is happening? Why am I spinning? So I'm going to read it again because I think it's so beautiful. We do not delight in seeing you struggle, and certainly God does not. Search your heart, dear ones. See if you're finally able to put a distance between you and the hold that your past has on you. Grab your freedom. Yeah, when I remember writing this message from the angels when they said this, and that's when I got the visualization of us with all of our things, all of our struggles in this big old bag, this big sack, and we're just toting it along minute to minute. We keep bringing it into every now moment. So when we have things going on and we don't let them go, and we just keep holding on tight to whatever that challenge is, we keep interfering with every now moment that we have. When in reality, we can start fresh anytime at all. Like Lisa Nichols says, we don't have to go back and erase anything. We don't have to change anything. We just decide in each new moment, this is how my life is going to be. This is what I'm going to write on that clean slate that I'm given every day, every moment. Really, if things have started out a little rough in your morning, you can do a reset. You can absolutely step back and say, wait a minute, what's going on here? What am I thinking? And let me cancel, clear, delete, whatever that was. Whatever was taking place, whatever downhill thing was happening. It's like, no, stop. Spirit, take over, please. Stop. Just remember that acronym. Anytime that you feel like things are turbulent and it's flowing in the wrong direction, you're doing the uphill climb. Spirit, take over, please. Stop. And then take that pause and reset yourself. Grab your slate, get it out there. I've got one. I'll have to bring it in so I can use that as I'm demonstrating this particular method that helps so much when we're caught up in the everyday trials. Just clear your slate, wipe everything off of it, and say, okay, now what do I want? I just experienced what I didn't want. Now, what do I want? What do I want to write on that clean slate? How do I want this day to flow? And start creating it. When you can put it out there and describe what it is that you do want, you're one step closer to having that life that you do want. So write it down, feel it in your heart, hold it in your heart. How bad do you want it? Do you want it bad enough that you can actually feel it before you see physical evidence of it? That's a biggie, and that's a big help when we're caught up in all of those things. Good morning, Robin Waters Dykes and Jewel. I'm going to say good morning to you because you're probably listening with your cup of coffee in hand, right? So good morning, ladies. All right, well, those were some profound messages already this morning. And the little doggies are talking to us, so they're agreeing. They're saying yes. And Blue's popping in. And Blue says, okay. So it's a blue sky day. This is the third day in a row. This is the first time since last June that we had 2 days in a row without precipitation. In honor of this and my friend Brookstar, I'm having oatmeal cookies with coffee. Oh, I love oatmeal cookies. So have one for me, Blue Jean. Page 37, she says. So let's see what next profound message there is. It's really speaking to us today. All right. The spirits are busy lately. Lots of learning and movement in our life. There most certainly is. Ooh, you have the opportunity to change your world in any given moment. Didn't I just say that? Guan Yin, you are amazing when you guide us, and you guided Blue to give us this page. All right, so let me start over. You have the opportunity to change your world in any given moment in both a physical and an emotional way. If it is beauty you are looking for, begin by beautifying yourself in your thoughts and your deeds. Yes, indeed. We start with ourselves. And if your world is turbulent and spinning and things are out of control, what do you have control over? Ask yourself that. What do I have control over? What can I, in this now moment, do about the spin? And I want you to hear that because it's very important. If you find that there's things happening, and Mondays, I remember anyway, from when I was working, days they were so tumultuous because nobody wanted to come back to work after having a couple of days off, right? We just didn't want to be there. We wanted to still be in bed or enjoying a time away from that workspace. And if you're not in a workspace, if you're at home, Mondays can still be hectic. So whatever's happening, just stop for a moment. Spirit, take over, please, and wait. What am I thinking? And then ask yourself, what do I have control over? And that's simple. That is so simple. We have control over our thoughts. We can stop a thought in mid thought. We can say, I am not going down that rabbit hole. I am not going to think that way. I'm going to pivot into a better feeling thought, into a better feeling emotion. That's what we have control over. We have control over how we're going to respond and react. Somebody may be trying to push your buttons. Somebody may be making demands on you. Or maybe you're making demands on yourself with a long to-do list. You have control over that. You really do. And I know I've had arguments about this fact for years from clients and from friends and from family, but you really do have control. And so take that pause, really look at things and say, okay, can I do anything about XYZ that's going on? If you can't, then why are you stressing? If you can't do anything about the war in Israel, why are you stressing over it? Stress only adds to that low vibration that's out there in the soup mix of all of our emotions. Your frequency is just adding to that low frequency if you're stressing. If you raise your vibration and you pray for those that are making decisions and those that are caught up in the conflict, then that raises the frequency and you're part of the solution. You're doing something. So always look at what it is that's stressing you out. What is creating that energy inside that you're not finding peace in your heart? And then take it out and look at it. What can I do about it? Can I do anything? If there's family members creating havoc, if they're doing something that's just grinding at you because of their actions or their words, or maybe it's a friend that is being contentious, or a family member. What can you do about it? We can't control anybody other than ourselves. So that's always the question when things come up and it's not going smoothly, it's not going easy peasy lemon squeezy. What can I do? Is there something? Can I turn away? Can I take a step away from that and do something that I enjoy? Sometimes that is what it takes. Just removing yourself from the situation and saying, oh, I'm going to get away for a minute. I'm going to exit stage left and maybe go out the door and ground into earth energy. Maybe you're just going to go out and smell the fresh air, or smell the flowers, or have a change of scenery. But always ask yourself, what can I do? Do I have any control over what is upsetting me? And the Course in Miracles says, I am never upset for the reason I think I am. So maybe if you give yourself that moment to say, do I have any control over this? You'll see why you're really upset. Just think about that. So Blue says, me and the Fae decided to eat oatmeal cookies. Though control over how many is hard, it's such a decision. Oh, Blue Jean, we'll have another one, and that one's for me. I wish I was sitting there with you having oatmeal cookies and coffee without the cold, of course. It would have to be up the upper part of warm and not the zero temperatures, which I know you're not at zero, but you know what I mean. It's cold up there where you're at. And Sally says, I do that quite often, and I talk myself right out of a negative feeling. You do have control over that. Exactly. We can stop that thought. If a thought starts coming through that may be old programming that's telling you something is a certain way, or this is how you have always responded, right? We get caught up in those habits and in those old tapes. And maybe that's the way you always did it. Maybe this is the pattern that's been happening between you and another person. You can stop that at any moment. It is your choice, and that is in your control. Oh, thank you, Julie Kiss. They were wonderful messages from the angels this morning, weren't they? Thank you for being here. And Julie, how are you doing? How is your arm and your hand? I just wait for the day when we hear a great report from our Julie Kiss that says, guess what, guys? My arm is so much better. I can't wait for that to happen because I know that it will. I know that it's coming. Good morning, Catherine Kovacs. And Brookie, hello to you and Dylan and Max. In exactly 1 month, Max and I are going to head up to Vermont to see our Blue. How exciting. Oh, I'm so happy for you and Blue. That's going to be amazing. And Blue says, not going past boundaries, just this once, leaving emotional integrity is a choice we make with each step. No more cookies. Oh, poor Blue. Have one for me. Or have Dave have one for me. I'll live virtually through you. Pat Moss says, on a country walk with my sister and her fur baby Frankie. Well, hello, Pat Moss's sister. And sweet Frankie, I hope you're having a great time. Oh, Blue. I love you, Brookie. I love you, pterodactyl Max baby man. And don't worry about me. Dave and I can't wait to see you. Oh, well, Brookie's going to come and see for herself that you're okay. And she'll report. She'll let us know how you're really doing, Blue. And Brookie says have one for her too. So Blue, I think you're going to eat some more oatmeal cookies. That's what I'm thinking. All right. So let's get to any prayer requests you may have. Is there something going on this morning that we need to know about? Just tell us. Tell us what it is so that we can lift you up and any of your loved ones. We have that long prayer list that I add these to, and that will go over on Wednesday. And I'm asking travel prayers for me for tomorrow. I'll be on the road for about 5 hours tomorrow. I'm traveling to see our Dr. Ruth Anderson, who will be on a plane tomorrow headed my way. She's coming into Florida, and I get to spend a few days with her and pray. Oh my gosh, you guys, please send out good vibes, wishes, hopes, intentions that Ruth gets to see a manatee. This is a dream she has had since I have known her, and I've known her for a while now. Every time she visits in Florida, she wants to see a manatee. It hasn't happened yet. We have gone to this place near where we're going now, and every time we go, people are talking about the manatees that were in there. They saw this many manatees, and today we saw 30 manatees or 50 manatees. And we walk in, 0 manatees. They've been hiding from her. So let's set that intention together that she can check this off her bucket list. And Dr. Ruth Anderson is going to see manatees. And I heard on the news that, yeah, that's where we're going, Jennifer. We're headed to Crystal River. I heard that there are thousands of them gathered together right now because the water's so cold. We've been cold here in Florida. And so the manatees are coming into the warmer water. And I am just praying that they're going to still be there tomorrow when Ruth arrives, and she'll be able to see her manatee. Just hold that intention with me, please. So Deirdre is offering our daily prayer for all humans, for Gaia, all who live on her back, world peace, attention to human trafficking, and support for parents of addicted children through grace. Thank you, Deirdre. Sally, prayers for the lost, lonely, forgotten, and for our homeless within the universe. And I want to add to that the troops that are away from home. I know Suzanne's son-in-law is deployed, and his whole unit they're all away from their family. They have been throughout the holidays, and they still are. So let's add any of our troops in the military that are not able to be around their family and friends at this time. Sally said, that was like you and the deer the first time you visited. Not one to be seen at that time. Not one. And Sally goes, oh, the deer are everywhere. You're going to see deer. Not one. They all hid from me. I've seen many now along my travels, but at that time, they were just like nowhere to be found. Jennifer, my friend Sylvia and her husband swam with a bunch of them on January 30th. That's so cool. I know, as cold as that water is, Ruth would get in there with them. I know her, and that's probably what's going to happen. So I'm going to be the official videographer because I am not getting in that water. I don't care that there's a manatee right there. This girl does not like the cold. So I will videotape and share it with all of you. Blue says, please add Carol to our prayers. She is a survivor of abuse and has PTSD. She does not have the tools or awareness to see triggers. She is taking her inside out on those on the outside and has hurt a very special person at our barn. Oh, sweet one. Let's hold her up. Thank you, Blue, for bringing her to us. And Sally says, yes, holding our troops up to the highest lights. Thank you. All right, so let's go into our hearts in this time that we have, holding each other, loving each other, because that's what we do. We just love. Okay, so breathe into your heart. Feel the love. Feel the warmth that comes in when we do that. I'm just calling on the angels, invoking the angel energy right now. All of these prayer requests that just came in, those who are hurting in whatever way they're hurting, physical, mental, spiritual, or emotional. Just asking the angels to be with each one, to give some guidance, to shine a light, to touch someone on the shoulder, to let them know they're not alone, to hold all of those that are separated from their loved ones right now. Let them feel that love. Let them feel that even though they may be physically separated, that we can't separate from each other fully. We're all within that field of oneness, that great field where we feel and see each other's energy. For everyone that's here right now, I ask that an angel come sit with you. Just come be with you. Let you feel their presence. Maybe you'll feel a touch on the top of your head. That's your connection with your higher self. So just be in that energy. Just allow whatever comes through. And if there's something that needs to be cleared out of your energetic field, then do that. If you need to clear your throat, if you need to cry, if you need to yell out, pound a pillow, whatever is needed to get that energy moving, then do that. Allow it. Don't hold it down. Don't stuff it down inside, because that creates more issues. So let it go. Let it go. Let it go. And breathe. Good. We're doing some good clearing. Let it go. And it is a conscious choice. Like we were saying earlier, you have control over that. You have control on whether you're going to hold things inside, holding on for dear life, that you want to keep that energy, you want to keep that anger, or you want to keep that loneliness, you want to keep that victim card, whatever it is you want to hold on to. We encourage you to let it go. Open up and release. Step away, take the pause. What am I thinking? What am I thinking about this? And what do I have control over? I have control over my reactions. Remind yourself of that. I have control over whether I'm going to get caught up in the spin or I'm going to stop that merry-go-round. Putting the brakes on it, not letting it spin me. I'm going to stay in my high vibration. I can love those who are trying to get me caught up in their spin, but I don't have to go into the manic with them. Let's lift each other. And as we do so, we pray for everyone on our earth plane, that there be peace in their heart, peace in their home, and we can have peace in our world. Seeing that happen, seeing it real, feeling it real. May there be peace on our earth for all of us, not just a few, not just those who have attained it through the self-regulation of emotions and that emotional state that we get in when we respond to things, but really seeing peace with every heart on the earth, seeing the heartbeat of all connected in with the heartbeat of Gaia, and that connected in with the heartbeat of the universe, bringing in peace into our world. And now let's bring in love to each other. Thank you, Robin, for that beautiful prayer. Thank you to the God in the universe for what we take for granted, our senses, our knowledge, and gifts given freely to make good choices. Beautiful. And thank you, Brookie. We love you so much. And the Fae are singing light language. It's going to be a big day today. It most certainly is. And Marietta, we are grateful for Spirit helping us rise up, up, up to a higher plane with love and peace for us all. Absolutely. Thank you, Marietta, and thank you for being here. So Deirdre started us off with the thank you, I love yous. And let me see if I can get Leo to play. And the weirdest thing happened. It's going to be a weird electronics day. I'm just telling you right now, because I use my phone to wake me up with the alarm that's on it. And this morning it was not going off. And I knew it was time for Teri to be up out of bed. And my phone was shut all the way off. And it still had battery power. So there's no reason for it to shut off by itself. So yeah, it's going to be an interesting day, I believe. So let's get going with this interesting day. Thank you. I love you. That's the message. Come on, get in here. Thank you, Charlie. Oh, there you go, Sally and Tony. Yes, 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 and yes. Go in there with that in your heart. Thank you, Robin. Peace in the pod. That's us. Namaste, y'all. Thank you, Catherine. Well, Blue, it knocked my phone all the way off. So yeah, it's going to be an interesting day. Oh, are the doggies dancing? Raz and Pocky, I love you. Thank you, Andrea. Peas in the pod. You are a pea in a pod. Ooh, are they going to come fix my phone? Yay! Maybe the Fae want to go play with the manatee. They can drive up there with me. Accept, align, allow. The AAA. Thank you, Marietta, for teaching us the AAA. Well, come on, Faye. You can jump in my car and we will run up to the river. Oh, Deirdre is ready for the end of this song. Let's get ready for Leo. Here we go. Woo! Thank you. Thank you, Leo. Thank you, Peas. I love you all so much. Stay in your hearts. Remember to step away if something's going on so that you can say, what am I thinking? And what do I have control over? That's your task for today, to really look anytime something starts to get in there and create havoc. What am I thinking? And just stop it in its tracks, because you do have control over your emotions. I love you all so much. I will see you at 1 o'clock for the World Peace Meditation. So I can call in the Fae. That's right. We all can. If something's going on, just say, Blue Jean, let your Fae come and play with me. Oh, we certainly will, Robin, adding Adam and Brian for travel prayers. Thank you. All right, I'm out of here. I love you so much. Namaste, y'all. Bye, everybody.